afraid of Krishna, who's the Supreme Controller, indicating that Krishna and his name are non-different, and we can take advantage of that and come directly in touch with him. Our main teachers of Krishna consciousness, those who came after Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one of which was Jiva Goswami, took the truths of the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and put them in ways in which people for years to come could refer to the logic of the system and also the essential practices. And he had said in one place that for any ritual that you do in this age, best if you start by chanting the names of Krishna and end it with chanting the names of Krishna, because that's the primary process for the age of Kali. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, acting as a devotee, had received teachings from his guru, Srila Ishvarapuri, who emphasized the chanting of Hare Krishna. He had quoted a verse from the Brihan Naradiya Purana, in which 3 times the verse says that one should chant the names of God. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu emphasized that, and as he traveled to various places, he taught that you can stay where you are, but just add this to your life. So this is also our primary practice, the chanting. And one way is to sing it together. It's a pleasant way. We get the combined effect of all those who are participating and who have sincerity for the process. The sound vibration melds together and we are uplifted by and enveloped by and then uplifted by the sound of Krishna's names. And we can also take our own initiative by privately chanting Hare Krishna, counting how many times we chant every day, regulating it, so that we develop a daily practice. This is called japa, mantra meditation. And both of these are highly effective. So let's start by chanting together. Since we're already here, we might as well test it out. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarne Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Radha Shiva Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Premanande Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
And now I would like to offer you a special treat, the uninterrupted reading of a verse from the Bhagavad Gita along with a purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. And this verse and purport will solve all your problems. Worth the price of admission tonight. This comes from the 13th chapter, 22nd verse. A favorite verse of mine, frequently quoted by Srila Prabhupada in various contexts. So let's look at it together. I'll say the word for words first, and then you can repeat. So then by the time we finish this verse, if you don't already know it, then you'll know it. And you can take it along with you and recite it when you're driving, or when you're cooking, or when you're waking up in the morning. First word is Purushaha, the living entity. Second word is Prakritista, being situated in the material energy. He certainly bhunkte enjoys prakriti jan produced by the material nature. Gunan, the modes of nature. Karanam, the cause. Gunasanga, the association with the modes of nature. Asya, of the living entity. Sat, asat, in good and bad. Yoni, species of life. Janmasu, in births. And the translation is as follows. I'll read it once, and please just listen carefully, then we'll say it together. The living entity in material nature thus follows the ways of life, enjoying the three modes of nature. This is due to his association with that material nature. Thus he meets with good and evil among various species. And now let's say it in unison. The living entity in material nature thus follows the ways of life, enjoying the three modes of nature. This is due to his association with that material nature. Thus he meets with good and evil among various species. And now let's hear how the Sanskrit sounds. How about if I say one part of the verse and then you repeat it after me, and we'll go back and forth like that till we finish the verse. Purusha prakritisto hi bhunkte prakriti jan gunan karanam guna sangosya sarasad yoni janmasu Purusha prakritisto hi bhunkte prakriti jan gunan karanam guna sangosya sarasadyo nijanmasu. And now I'm going to read to you the purport, or an explanation of the verse by Prabhupada. This verse is very important for an understanding of how the living entities transmigrate from one body to another. It is explained in the second chapter that the living entity is transmigrating from one body to another just as one changes dress. This change of dress is due to his attachment to material existence. As long as he is captivated by this false manifestation, he has to continue transmigrating from one body to another. Due to his desire to lord it over material nature, he is put into such undesirable circumstances. Under the influence of material desire, the living entity is born sometimes as a demigod, sometimes as a man, sometimes as a beast, as a bird, as a worm, as an aquatic, as a saintly man, as a bug. This is going on. And in all cases, the living entity thinks himself to be the master of his circumstances. Yet he is under the influence of material nature. How he is put into such different bodies is explained here. It is due to association with the different modes of nature. One has to rise, therefore, above the three material modes and become situated in the transcendental position. That is called Krishna consciousness. Unless one is situated in Krishna consciousness, his material consciousness will oblige him to transfer from one body to another because he has material desires since time immemorial. But he has to change that conception. That change can be effected only by hearing from authoritative sources. The best example is here. Arjuna is hearing the science of God from Krishna. The living entity, if he submits to this hearing process, will lose his long-cherished desire to dominate material nature. And gradually and proportionately, as he reduces his long desire to dominate, he comes to enjoy spiritual happiness. In a Vedic mantra, it is said that as he becomes learned in association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he proportionately relishes his eternal blissful life. So it's always helpful to know what's causing us to act in various ways or to achieve whatever we achieve in life. When we're able to diagnose a disease, for instance, oftentimes the cure is at hand. Not always, but at least we can get a prognosis and understand what our situation is, and very likely treat it. Undiagnosed ailments tend to be very frustrating. Knowledge means to understand who we are and also who we're not. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna describes how the material body is a temporary designation. We may have the body now of a cat or a dog, speaking to all our furry friends outside this room, unless one's hiding somewhere in here. Squirrels, ants. There are 8,400,000 species of life. And in the plant life, the consciousness is covered. Although you can see the life because the plants reach for the sun, they develop, they give offspring, they go through a life cycle. And then there are animals. They have contracted consciousness through which they are often expressive of emotions. We can see in some four-legged animals, for instance, or even in octopi, if anybody has an octopus as a pet. Some people do. They're very affectionate creatures, and they have feelings. They also show impetus for various environments and certain kinds of food, and they like variety, and they have affection for their offspring, do octopi. What to speak of other furry friends and birds? A bird will very expertly create a nest for its young, anticipating that they'll come and covet them as they're growing up and bring them nice worm food, chewing it up for them and putting in their little bird mouths so they can have some slushy worm food. And this goes on everywhere. We find that animals protect themselves as best as possible in their environment. And then we have humans. Humans have the highest potential to develop their consciousness, and that depends on their situation within the three modes of nature. That's what this verse is talking about. It says, Karanam gunaka sangosya sarasad yoni janmasu. Yoni janmasu means that we end up in various environments because of the way in which we've cultivated our consciousness. And that cultivation of consciousness is indicated by the word karanam and guna and sangha. These three words are key in this verse. Sangha means association. Whatever we connect with, whomever we spend time with, who we study, who we listen to, we become like. And that will determine the nature of our consciousness. And the nature of our consciousness is important because the world that we live in responds to us. It's a responsive universe. Every aspect of this world is responsive. However we interact with it, it in kind interacts with us. And therefore, Krishna is giving us the key here to developing our consciousness to the highest degree. In the practice of bhakti yoga, we emphasize association. So there are various kinds of association. One is association with other people. That's a key point because we take on the qualities and the ways of thinking of those we associate with, especially those that we pay close attention to and we give our hearts to. We will, as if by osmosis, as is popular to say, take on their qualities. And therefore, one of the first teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was showing how to practically apply the Bhagavad Gita, was to deliberately associate with those who were in Krishna consciousness. Because as we heard from the purport, this is the pinnacle of consciousness. One can develop this in this lifetime through association. Whoever we associate with, we take on the qualities of. An awkward sentence. Nonetheless, it's true. Karanam guna sangosya sarasad yoni janmasu. This idea of transmigration is also important in the verse. Transmigration means that when we leave the present body, we'll be accommodated with another body and another situation according to what we've cultivated in this lifetime. And later in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15, Krishna mentions how it's subtly effective, that is, our association is subtly effective, and he compares it to air crossing over various environments. If the air crosses over the compost pile, it'll smell earthy. If it crosses over an area where there's some chemical, it'll be perhaps a more caustic smell. And if it crosses over jasmine flowers, then the air takes on that quality. So Krishna says, according to those we associate with, we also have a kind of a scent to our consciousness. And it's that scent, so to speak, that at the time of death is apparent. We know earlier in the Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna talks about what he calls attaining the supreme, he teaches us that wherever our mind is fixed, especially at the moment when we leave this physical frame that we're in, the determinant of our next destination will be the state of our consciousness. Now, the good news is that this can be cultivated by adjusting our association. One of the other very important aspects of association is what we hear. And there are numerous verses about this. One of them in the Srimad Bhagavatam says, Shrinvatam swakata Krishna punya shravana kirtana hridyantaksto hyabadrani vidunoti suhritsatam. And that is that Krishna, who's in our hearts, will help us to purify our consciousness and help us to come to the highest level of consciousness, Krishna consciousness, when we apply ourselves to the practice of Bhakti Yoga called Shravanam, hearing. This requires a little practice because the ear may naturally be attracted to hearing something other than Krishna Katha. However, by association, we may get a taste for hearing. And as we incrementally increase our connection to hearing, our association with those who are speaking Krishna Katha, then Krishna is responsive directly within our hearts. Again, the responsive universe. And he assists us in clarifying what's most important in our lives and giving us the strength to embrace it, to take up a practice that comes closer and closer to him. Nothing succeeds like success. And for those who apply themselves to the process of associating with those who are Krishna conscious, and also then hearing about Krishna in various ways. The teachings of Bhagavad Gita, for instance, or you might choose something like the Sri Upanishad, or there's a book called Krishna Book, all about Krishna's activities in this world. And by hearing from these, what are called shastras, the sound vibration itself enters within the ears, goes within the hearts of the person who's listening, and there's an awakening, prakatyam. It means the love we have for Krishna in our natural state of consciousness, which is Krishna consciousness, awakens within the heart by that process. And then the potentiality of human life is described there as a flower that opens. And we can come to fully blooming consciousness. Our consciousness blooms. In human life, when we have sadhana or a practice that has a goal of coming to Krishna consciousness, then we're rightly directed, and we can be very deliberate about what we do in our lives, despite any other duties that we have to do. If we're very deliberate about association through being with people who are Krishna conscious and also hearing about Krishna, then it's assured naturally through this science, karanam guna sangosya, through this association, we will also become Krishna conscious. And the reward of that is that in our natural, purified state of consciousness, we're happy. The beginning stage of awakening, Krishna describes in the Gita. He says, Brahma bhuta prasanatma, nashochati nakangshati, samak sarveshu bhuteshu, mad bhaktim labate param. Which means that one becomes happy, quite naturally, and also becomes friendly with all living beings. And such a person then notices that the rank desires that had troubled him or her diminish. And one feels freed from obligations to bad habits and the pullings of the senses. These are unusual symptoms because generally people think that if they stimulate or even overstimulate their senses by contacting subtler forms of material nature, that they'll be happy. But not so, says the Bhagavad Gita. We need spiritual stimulation through hearing about Krishna and associating with those who already have Krishna consciousness. And from that position, we experience a state of consciousness where we're satisfied. And we don't need overstimulation by the material nature, but we desire more and more contact with spiritual sound and with the association of those who are engaged in Krishna consciousness. And that's all I have to say on the subject matter for now. If you have any reflections or questions about the verse, the purport, or anything I said, please feel free to comment. Yes. Kameshwari needs a microphone. We have to examine this process because I found out that corporations have this system of figuring out how to close gaps. They study every system they have.
Hare Krishna.
Go ahead.
So in the purport, there is last sentence mentioned by Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that there is a mantra. I want to read that. In a Vedic mantra, it is said that as he becomes learned in association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he proportionately relishes his eternal blissful life. And there are many ways Krishna has told this, but I was wondering if there is anything specific that you can refer to.
Would you like a Vedic mantra that says that? Let's look at it. In a Vedic mantra, it is said, that as he becomes learned in association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he proportionally relishes his eternal blissful life. Someone who has the Baladev Vidyabhushan and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur commentary on their phone? Anyone? You could trace it and see which verse it is. We have no one in that category? Who does? Okay. Please. And he'll identify what Prabhupada is referring to. What Prabhupada does is he looks at the commentaries of the previous acharyas, and if they quote a specific verse, sometimes he'll quote it verbatim, and other times he'll give a summary of it, and the abstract, and that's what he's done here. So let's see what we get from Ananda Kishore. Salam alaikum. Okay. Okay, in the meantime, while he's doing his research, who else? Pass the mic, yeah. We need a bushel basket of microphones.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I wanted to quote this verse from Hari Bhakti Shuddhodaya 851. Yashayat sangati pumsa manivatsyat sa tadguna sakula dvaita to dimansa yuthyan eva samsrayat.
Go ahead.
A person gradually acquires the characteristics of the company he keeps, much like a gemstone which lends some of its own color and sparkle to other substances in touch with it. Therefore, a person can become a pure devotee in the saintly association of pure devotees.
Bravo. Well quoted. Much to the point. Okay, Mukharvind.
Maharaj, is such an amazing purport, and as you, Prabhupada described that the first step, like he has given the first step, if you think that you're stuck, that the first step is to hearing, and that very much corroborated with the Vedic mantra that you were saying before, Anavritti Sabdat, like how from the sound vibration we can get to the path of liberation. So that's what I see this purport in that Vedic mantra.
That's kind of a Vedic mantra from the Brahma Sutras, Anavriti Shabdat. By sound one becomes uncovered. Yes, it's nice to know the cause of our situation now. Because once we know the cause, and we also know the process by which we can improve, then the next step is to figure out how to take advantage of it. And that could be done by making a plan to follow the tenets of bhakti. If you live in a house, or you ride in a train, or you work somewhere, there are various ways in which you can remain in association with Krishna. For instance, if you work somewhere, and we discussed this quite a bit over the weekend because we met very wealthy people this weekend, and also those who are just about to become wealthy. And we had a guest speaker here who's wealthy, but who has embraced one of Krishna's instructions in the Bhagavad Gita, which is to utilize his wealth to help others, and especially to help others become Krishna conscious. And he's an obviously elevated person with all good qualities. And those who heard his message in various venues that we visited were enlivened by the prospect of engaging their wealth in the service of all living entities, by helping to expand Krishna consciousness. And if you ride on a train, there's an opportunity, hands-free, to read the Bhagavatam. Or if you're a passenger in a car, you can also read the Bhagavatam to the driver. We tried that last night. Even though it was dark, we discovered the purpose of those little lights, which somebody may use a couple times in their life to look at a map, but not likely these days. They may even become obsolete at some point, because who looks at a map anymore? But we found out that they're there so you can read the Bhagavatam when you're in the passenger seat. And then, well, I'll just say, when I was a child, I was fascinated by flying carpets, because my parents took me to a movie about those who would sit on a carpet and then say some incantation. You don't say an incarnation, they would chant. But that sounds weird too, it almost sounds redundant. They would enunciate. We'll work on it. Anyway, they would invoke an incantation, and then the carpet would fly. We had carpets in my house, and I went home and sat on all of them. But I didn't fly. But I did feel, while riding in a Honda, what is that car? Honda what? Huh? What kind of car you got? A CRV. A Honda CRV. Reading the Bhagavatam, I felt that sensation of flying to another region, because we're not limited as living entities to a particular realm. All realms are defined by the sound vibration that is prevalent there. Om Bhur Bhuva Swa. The sound vibration improves. In fact, if you come across someone who's silent, you don't know what their state of mind is until they speak. A fool is not discovered until he or she speaks. And same for a wise person. We can take advantage of hearing from Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita as we drive in a car. And similarly at home, we can organize our environment so that when we wake up, our first orders of business are to chant the mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. It's getting around here in Silicon Valley. And also reading something from Srimad Bhagavatam. If we have this as a regular practice, it can fill up our time in such a way that we're no longer attracted to other ways of engaging our minds and our voices, which are numerous. That's what Shukadeva Goswami says at the beginning of the Srimad Bhagavatam, and I dare say 5,000 years ago it was pre-smartphone. He said, did Shukadeva, there are thousands of topics, so it doesn't require scrolling to scramble your brain. You can do it just as easily by talking to people who are frivolous and don't have a real goal in life. Therefore, Krishna conscious persons take their lifespan as their greatest asset, and they plan ahead so that they may engage in hearing and chanting about Krishna from the very beginning of their day till the very end. Well, let's see, was there another? Yes. 1, 2, 3. Gesundheit.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for choosing this wonderful verse today. I was thinking that in Divinity and Divine Services chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, there are a lot of verses that kind of touch the various points which are there in the purport today, in this purport. Starting like where it says in the end that a person proportionately relishes his eternal blissful life, so he's happy, he gains happiness. So it's evan prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti yogata. And why does he become happy? The verse prior to that says that he gets tada rajastamo bhava, so he gets over material desires. And why does that happen? Because shunvatam swa katha Krishna. So he's listening to Krishna's katha there. So just thinking.
Nicely put. And this is a paragraph in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 2nd chapter, that describes the arc of progress that one makes by hearing and chanting. And Prabhupada quoted it in his approach to America as the means by which he would administer a medicinal dose to the people in general. And this paragraph that Shraddha Devi Dasi just quoted or alluded to is about how you make progress in Krishna consciousness. As she said, after Shrinvatam Swakata Krishna, Punya Shravana Kirtana, which, by the way, says that you're building up assets when you hear. Who here likes to build assets? 401k, for instance. You look at it ever? You peek in there sometimes and see how your assets are growing? Well, those come and go. There's ups and downs. You should develop your assets. But this is called Daivi Sampat. Daivi Sampat means spiritual assets. You keep it, not just in this life, but also forever. And it's a asset that stays with you. Well, I'm just repeating what I just said. So, Shrinvatan Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana. Here's the line I like. Punya Shravana Kirtana. It is an activity that is so good, you can't do anything better for yourself. Don't you love that kind of stuff? I'm always looking for that. What's the one food that guarantees that you're always going to be healthy? What's the one supplement? Now they have lists. Everyone says, what do you think? What are the top 5? If you only take 5, what are they going to be? What's the top 5 foods? And they're like, blueberries. Okay, I'll take them. We all want something. And if we can come to this state of progressive life where we're looking for what are the best things that we can do for ourselves, the Bhagavatam says, Punya Shravana Kirtana. If you do this one thing, just hear about Krishna, then you're doing the best possible thing for yourself. You're getting assets. And when you see somebody with these assets, they've developed it over time because they've heard regularly. You think, oh, I wish I could be like that. Have you ever had that? You see somebody and you think, I want to be like that person. You can. The Bhagavatam's for everyone. And all it takes is application. So the application is Punya Shravana, Kirtana, Hridyantaksto Hibadrani. Very important point because Hridyantaksto Hibadrani. There's a way in which Krishna is there within the heart. Remember that. You're never alone. In fact, your phone is tracking you wherever you go. You know that, right? And did you know it's listening to you also? Even if it's not on? Mine's recording right now because I have it on Notion. And I like to look at the notes later. But even when you turn your phone off, I was standing in line waiting for a flight near Cool as a Witness. And I was asking one of those AI services something question. It was ChatGPT. And I was asking it a bunch of questions. And then they called our seat number and our row and said, go. And so I put it in my bag. And as we were walking down that aisle to get on the plane, I heard my little buddy in my bag say, I understand, you're getting on a plane right now. Maybe we'll talk later. Well, think of Krishna. He's always there. He's Kavim Puranam Anushashitanam. He's the one who's been following us everywhere. And he knows us. He knows what we're doing now. He knows why we're doing what we're doing now. And the spirit of this verse is you come directly in contact with Krishna by hearing about him. And part of that is because Krishna really likes it when we hear about him. This is stated in the Bhagavatam. What is it? Dharma projita kaitavo traparamo nirmatsaranam satyam. Vedyam vastavam astu shivanam tapatrayan mulanam. Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kim Vaparayar Ishvaraha Sadyo Hridyavarudyate Trakritibi Shushu Shubish Takshanat. That last line is what I'm referring to here. And that is that Krishna loves it when we hear about him. Think of that. It's very personal. He's there within the heart. And if you pull out the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna becomes enlivened by your activity. You start reading the Bhagavatam, what the verse says is Krishna will not leave your heart. He wants to stay with you wherever you go. Because what's Bhagavatam about? It's about the pure devotional service of his devotees. And Krishna's more attracted to hearing about his devotees than anything else. They're more dear to him, that he says in the Bhagavatam, than his own life. So, hearing about Krishna, punya, shravana, kirtana, that's how you get good wealth. And that's how you change your heart. And you have to apply yourself. So Devahuti asked a question to Krishna, prefaced by saying, this seems impossible. Because I'm so conditioned that I really do think I am my body. And it seems almost unreasonable that I would be able to get out of this conundrum that I'm in, that's a euphemism, and come into full consciousness. How is it possible for such a beleaguered person as myself, she's saying, to come into full consciousness? And Kapiladev answers her by saying, it is possible. And how is it possible? By hearing for a long time. So feel free to readjust your schedule. Some people say, I'm too busy. All right. But it has nothing to do with time. It's taste. Because every living entity does what he or she wants. And nothing more. So you have to change what you want. And if you want to be happy, clap your hands. Da, da. Then readjust your schedule so that you can hear about Krishna. And your mind may say, I don't want to. I want to hear some really stupid, incomplete nonsense. Please, serve me some nonsense. On bread. Open-faced, closed-faced nonsense in a bun, whatever way. Please, give me that. So we are what we eat, we are what we hear. And if we just adjust our life a little bit so we can hear Krishna Katha, then Shrinvatam Swa Katha Krishna, Punya. You become wealthy. Shravana Kirtana. Hridyantaksto Hibhadrani. Then Abhadrani means all those things that are messing you up. All the things that are inauspicious, that push you into doing stupid stuff. Those are diminished. And as we hear in the next verse, Nashta prayeshu bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavatyutama shloke bhaktir bhavati nashke, means you'll notice it. Nashta prayeshu abhadreshu, you'll start to notice it's not all gone, but it's going away. That's a good thing to see. That I'm feeling the effects of the medicine. It's working now. That's good, right? You wonder, you take a little pill, you go, what could this possibly do? It's the smallest little pill I ever took. And then, like 45 minutes later, you go, I think I feel something. And then the effects become apparent. So that's what this verse is saying. They'll become apparent. You'll start to notice for yourself. And then there'll be a time, tada rajas, tamo bhava. That there's a time at which you notice that those sad, bad, good, the forces that are pushing me in the world, they're gone. And now I'm free. And Prabhupada mentions how when you become free from these pushings, you should install Krishna on a throne in your heart and then hold a big festival. You can invite everybody in San Francisco. Say, I'm holding a festival on the occasion of becoming free from, don't say that, Rajas and Tamas. And therefore I want to celebrate. Prabhu, you had a point. Hare Krishna. See, we have to look into the process. How many days do we lose in
Hare
a year
Krishna. Yeah, it's good.
between the gap?
This is regarding the mantra that Prabhupada was referring to in the last line of purport. Looks like Prabhupada got it from Vishnu Chakravarti, Baldev Jabhushan's commentary. And the mantra is from Taittiriya Upanishad 2.1, which says that Soashnute Sarvan Kaman Saha Brahmana Vipaschita. So Saha Brahmana Vipaschita, the person becomes learned in the association of Supreme Personality of Godhead, and then Sarvan Kaman, all his desires becomes fulfilled.
Very good, very good. Bravo, bravo. Save it. You can save it. We'll bring it out. Make that a prominent verse in our lives. I loved how it said that in association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one becomes highly learned. Okay, one last point. Yes. 1, 2.
Very much. I was thinking of the verse you have been quoting very frequently past few weeks. Prabuddhe jnana bhaktibhyam atmani ananda chinmayi udeti anutama bhaktir bhagavad prema lakshana. So I thought that also, I was reminded of that verse with those lines.
I love that verse. It's so beautiful. When the pure spiritual experience is excited by means of cognition and service bhakti, super excellent, unalloyed devotion characterized by love for Godhead is awakened towards Krishna, the beloved of all souls. It sounds poetical to me, the way it ends. Krishna, the beloved of all souls. I'll say it again. When the pure spiritual experience is excited, I love the placement of the word excited. When the pure spiritual experience, I even like that part. Isn't that compelling? Let me say it again. When, it means at some time it'll be apparent when the pure spiritual experience is excited. This means there's a stimuli for that. When the pure spiritual experience is excited by means of cognition and service bhakti, super excellent, unalloyed devotion characterized by love for Godhead is awakened toward Krishna, the beloved of all souls. Don't you want to be attracted to the beloved of all souls? Say yes. Yes. Yeah, so it's a good idea. Thank you for reminding us. Prabhude jnana bhaktivyam atmainanda chinmayi udeti nutama bhaktir Bhagavat Prema Lakshana. The qualities of that are super excellent, unalloyed devotion characterized by love for Godhead. Okay, there was one more, and then we'll go back to our normal mode of chanting.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. So, when you said we should come in association and hear about Krishna carefully, I was remembering the verse that recently I studied as part of Bhakti Shastri, that Syat Krishna Nama Charitadi Sitapi, that we don't have the taste but to hear and understand, but I struggle with that problem. Like the living entity always wanted to hear something material and things like that. So, but I wish I could follow the solution that is given there. Anudinam Adarat. So carefully every day, and Adarat by Anudinam you do regularly. Maybe you develop the taste and you get rid of the avidya. I was remembering that verse, nectar of instruction. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well-placed verse in all this, that it's medicinal dose. Take it regularly until you feel the disease diminishing, and then you'll come to full recovery and recover your Krishna consciousness. Shall we try again? For the pure spiritual experience, excited by means of cognition, service, bhakti, characterized by love for Godhead. It's awakened. Prabude, it means awakened. Prabude jnana bhaktivyan, by knowledge and bhakti. Atmayananda chinmaya, it means our natural state is to be full of happiness. Udeti, again, awakened. Prabude means there's some excitement, it's stimulated, and then prabude means it awakens. Anuttama bhakti, super excellent unalloyed devotion. Bhagavat prema, the lakshana, the quality of that is that there's love for Krishna. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityananda Namaste Saraswate Gauravani Prachayate Shunyavadi Paschatavesharya Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Premanande, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki, Shri Harinam Mantra Ki, Shri Harinam Prabhu Ki, Gaur Premanande, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Haribol! Thank you for coming to ISKCON of Silicon Valley. We have a festival going on here literally 24 hours a day. The vibration never stops. There are times at night when it gets a little quieter, but the devotees are dreaming about this. You don't have to stop chanting. Even in your sleep you can dream. If you continuously chant throughout the day, you'll never be without light, because if you just chant Hare Krishna, Krishna is always present. And He's our best well-wisher. He's all-powerful. He's all-merciful. And the process is so simple. Anyone can do it. Don't be dissuaded by your mind to do anything else. Just take the path of the saints and chant Hare Krishna, and then you become a saint by following the saints. And all good will come from it. And if you can, for good measure, hear Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. What's been provided to us, handed to us in a way that is so loving and gentle and arranged so that we can take full advantage of it. These books are precious. There's nothing more valuable here in this world. We need to unleash army of non-envious souls to go out in the world and minister to people's hearts. They're really being burned out there. So we have to become free from envy, and we have to be fully satisfied in heart, and then go out and give people this knowledge and give them the chanting of Hare Krishna. It's the only cure for what ails everybody in this world. Now we get to do the Hare Krishna dance party. There's nothing like it in Silicon Valley or California, America, or anywhere else in the world, except for the Hare Krishna temple. But this is special because of the floor. This floor is the best in the world. Don't take it for granted. These trees gave themselves in service to all of you, and think of the advancement they're making from all these Vaishnavis dancing on their bodies. We're going to get up and put away all the seats so we have a clear pathway. The deities are here for us to behold. We're going to sing a song from Bhaktivinoda Thakur about how beautiful it is to see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on the bank of the Ganges. And then we're going to chant to our heart's content. Please try this. Put your hands way up in the air when you dance and let all the birds of anxiety fly away to another planet and say goodbye to them, and then feel free to give your whole life for Krishna consciousness. Thank you very much. We'll see you back here in 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Hare Krishna.
Alalanad, you take this too?
Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarne Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Arutiko Shobha Janavi Tatavani Jagamana Loba Jagadana Mandalobha Gaurange Ratiko Shobha Jagajanamana Lobha Jagajanamana Lobha Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Sakti Neni Kahamucha Mame Gadadhara Nikate Agrita Srini Vashchakradhara Vosi Akshe Gaurachan Ratna Singhasane Arati Korena Brahma Aridevagane Narari Ari Kore Shamaradhulaya Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Gosharigaya Shankar Bhaje Ghanta Bhaje Bhaje Karatala Madhura Mridanga Bhaje Paramarasala Shankar Bhaje Kanta Bhaje Bhaje Karatala Madhur 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 Bhaje Shankar Bhaje Kanta Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje Madhur, Madhur, Madhur Bhaje Mala Kori Chalamala Shiva Shukanarada Rine Gada Gada Akati Vinoda Tete Gaurara Sampada Chanta Baje Kanta Baje Madhur 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 Baje Madhur 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 Baje Madhur 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 Baje Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Jai Gaura Hari Bol The top factor. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One more time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajagacharya Stotra Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajagacharya Astotra Sata Shri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की वृंदावन धाम की मथुरा धाम की नवद्वीप धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा माई की जमुना माई की तुलसी देवी भक्ति देवी की समवेद भक्त वृंद की गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Please have a seat. We'll have a Narsingha Aarti now. We would like to request special prayers for one of our congregational devotees, Komal Mataji, who is been in ICU due to some post-brain surgery complications. So we request all the devotees to please pray to Sri Sri Lakshmi Narsingadev, if he so desire, to protect Komal Mataji and have her come out of this serious complications she had for her brain surgery. Thank you for considering the request. And also we like to request prayers for one of our congregational devotees' nephew who was recently born and is being in observation in the hospital. So if please pray for him as well, if Shri Shri Lakshmi Narsingadev so desires to protect him and get him out of the danger, any complications that he has. Thank you for considering the request. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Dala dadayine Dala dadayine Hiranyakashipu Hiranyakashipurbhakshaha Kilatankanakalaye Kilatankanakalaye Hito Narsingha Parato Narsingha Hito Narsingha Parato Narsingha Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsingha Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsingha Bahe Narsingha Hridaye Narsingha Bahe Narsingha Hridaye Narsingha Narasinghamade Sharanam Prapade Narasinghamade Sharanam Prapade Kar Kamala Bare Nakam Adbhuta Shingha Dalita Hiranya Kashipu Tano Vinda Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Tava Karaka Keshavadita Narayuta Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Narsingadev Jaya Narsingadev Narsingadev Jaya Narsingadev Jaya Bhakta Prahlad Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Bhakta Prahlad Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Gurudeva, 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 Shila Gurudeva. Leta Gora Haribo, 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 Leta Gora Haribo. श्री विघ्न विनाश नृसिंहदेव भगवान की भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की गौर प्रेमानंदे
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We welcome you all to the Sunday Feast Festival here at ISKCON of Silicon Valley. Thank you for joining us on such a beautiful day and taking your valuable time. So let's give a big round of applause to everyone who has joined us here tonight. Hare 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 Bol. We'll also like to take opportunity to thank all our online viewers as well. So let's give them a big round of applause. Hare Bol. Today's discourse and Krishna Katha was brought to us by His Grace Vaisesika Prabhu. So let's express our gratitude for this excellent discourse tonight. Hare 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 Bol. We'll also like to thank His Grace Vaisesika Prabhu for leading an ecstatic arti. and Sadhu Rundavan for leading a Narsingh Aarti. Haribo! Anyone coming here for the first time or relatively new? I see a lot of new faces. Thank you. Thank you, Mataji, for coming. My name is Sri Gopal Das. If you have any questions or if we could be of any assistance, please reach out to us. We'll be happy to assist you in any way we can. Thank you. And let's chant one Mahamantra to bring all auspiciousness in the lives of all the newcomers and all of us as well. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We have few sponsors for tonight's feast. We'd like to acknowledge them. First is His Grace Premritya Prabhu is sponsoring in the memory of his mother, Srimati Malti Devi Mataji. Prabhuji, please come. Thank you for sponsoring the feast. And as most of you know, that his mother left her body a few weeks back. So Prabhu is sponsoring. Thank you, Prabhu, for sponsoring the feast. And we'd like to have you say some few words, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So I request all the devotees for your heartful prayers for my mother, so that wherever she goes, wherever she is, right, she is always in the shelter of devotees and always engaged in the service of Radha Krishna. But this is the only prayer. If you can pray, that will be great help, for my mother. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhu. Here is a Mahaprasad and a small gift. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. And next sponsor is a birthday. His Grace Madhav Govinda Prabhu and Her Grace Palakilakshmi Mataji is sponsoring on the occasion of Purushottam month, starting of Purushottam month, and Abhimanyu's first birthday. He knows that. He's been called. Please, Haribol! Haribol! Abhimanyu, Mataji, please come. Thank you. As you know, Madhav Govinda Prabhu was our very dear ISV Bhakta here for a very, very long time. And he had to go to India for unavoidable circumstances. But due to Krishna's miracle, he is back. And he's not only back, he brought his wife, Palakilakshmi Mataji. And now we have little Abhimanyu. And he is already 1 year old. Hare Krishna, Abhimanyu. So thank you, Prabhuji and Mataji for sponsoring today's feast and also bringing little Vaishnava among us. He is a very special soul, we know that. And thank you for sponsoring the feast. Would you like to say a few words?
Okay, Hare Krishna, dear devotees. As we all know that today marks a special Purushottam month. So I sincerely pray at the divine lotus feet of all the Vaishnava that you please keep Abhimanyu in your prayers and please shower your blessings upon him. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Please bless Abhimanyu that he can be a part of Sankirtan movement. He can do some service to please Srila Prabhupada. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Abhimanyu, this is for you. Okay, sweet. And I also have something for you as well. This is a cow. Okay, maybe later. Thank you, Prabhuji and Mataji for sponsoring the feast. Hare Krishna. And our next sponsor is Akhil Prabhu. Is he here? Akhil Prabhu is sponsoring on the occasion of the arrival is his nephew. He just took birth maybe today or yesterday. So he's sponsoring the occasion of that, and he is requesting all the devotees to pray for his well-being and association with the devotees. Hare Krishna. Thank you for considering the request. And we have Atharva. is going to announce the cooks for tonight's feast. And Atharva is Prem Nitya Prabhu's son. Please come, Atharva. And all the family cooked in the memory of Prabhu's mother, and he is volunteered to announce the cooks for tonight's feast as well. Here, Atharva.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today's feast was led by Arjun Prabhu and then was supported by Katha Prabhu. And then the rest of the cooks were Prem Nitya Prabhu, Raseshwari Rani Mataji, Anil Prabhu, Priti Mataji, Mauri Mataji, Tadiya Seva Prabhu, Shetan Mataji, Vaibhav Prabhu, Kanchan Mataji, Sita Bhakti Mataji, Rima Mataji, Neha Mataji, Mayuri Mataji, Bhavika Mataji, Atharv Prabhu, Remunda Mataji, Ovi Mataji, Prema Mataji, and Prajakta Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Atharva. Hare Krishna. We also have a request for devotees to pray for His Grace Neelamani Prabhu's brother's father-in-law who left his body. So we request all the devotees to pray to Sri Sri Lakshmi Nrsimhadev if he so desires, to grant him protection at his lotus feet and give him his association wherever he is. Hare Krishna. Thank you for considering the request. Now we would go to Prasad Sevya prayers. Over to the youth corner.
Sharira Vidyaja Jodendriyatay Jive Vile Vishaya Sagore Harmadil Jivayati Lobamay Sudamati Take Jita Kadina Samsare Krishna Bado Doyamoy Kori Bare Jivajay Svaprasadana Dilobai Se Anamita Bhau Radha Krishna Gunaka Vimeda Ko Shri Chaitanya Nidai Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmani Vaishnave Svalpa Punya Bhatam Rajan Vishwasone Bhajayate Sade Sarva Dukkana Manilasya Bhajayate Prasanna Cheta Soyashu Buddhi Paryavatishtate Tvayopa Bhukta Shaganda Vasulankada Charshita Uchishta Bojino Dasa Stava Mayam Jayemahi Shushkam Paryushitam Vapi Nitam Padurudeshatam Bhuktavyam Natyakala Nana Deshaniya Masata Nakala Niyamastata Praptamanam Dutam Shishte Bhuktavyam Harira Pravin Bhagavad Shri Mahaprasada Ki. Please come.